Well met. Welcome to session between books 2 and 3 of the Westgate Irregulars. I am Eric Scott DeB. It's hot in Seattle. Okay, I'm sorry.
Hasn't been that long since you've DM'd, man.
I've totally forgotten how to do it.
Just we should a random word.
We should just call the stream right now. Anyway, no, I'm just kidding. I am the typical DM of this campaign, and I am back in the DM seat with 4 of our dungeon scrawlers, and it is their turn to go. So take it away, Erin.
Hi, I'm Erin M. Evans. I'm the author of the Brimstone Angels saga, and I play Cecilia, who is a half-elf witch, not a warlock. I don't know who told you that. I'm going to tell you about our sponsor real quick. Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms is a strategy game that unites iconic Dungeons & Dragons characters from novels, campaigns, and popular shows into one epic adventure. And that includes Frida, Havilar, and Mahen from the Brimstone Angels saga. The game is available for PC and Mac, on Steam and Web, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, iPad, iPhone, and on all Android devices. It's available on other PlayStation things. I just haven't fixed that on this school script. If you type in the command at the bottom of the screen that we love codename, it will give you a code for an Electrum chest. Do not type the command in for a chest, that won't work, but type the command into the chat, get the code, put the code in, get yourself an Electrum chest. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm assuming you're new here, and you should check them out at idlechampions.com.
Hey, I'm Rhiannon Held. I write urban fantasy under Rhiannon Held and space opera under RZ Held. And I play Artemisia, half-elf sorcerer who really likes lightning.
Hi, I'm Yingy Wang. I play Stong MacGuck, the half-orc bard, who's also a stepdad. But I'm also going to tell you about today's Jumbo D20 giveaway. So if you look at the very bottom right corner of your screen, you see that there's a command there that you can use to get a raffle ticket. It is !enter. If you type that into the chat, you will get 1 ticket and a chance to win a custom Jumbo D20 from Teacup the creator. So when I say custom, I mean custom. You could talk to her and you could ask her to make it like any color combination you could want. You could have it like have glitter inside or like, streaks of lightning, etc., etc. You could even talk about putting in like little plastic figures. Like we've had ones with bone wands and books before. Nice. So, hit enter, !enter now and get your free raffle.
Sweet.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Randy Henderson. I'm also an author. What a coinky dink. And I am playing Rogar Battle Baron, a dwarf cleric and baby gay.
Sweet. And this is one of those special sessions between seasons where we just kind of do experimental and fun side stories. They are quasi-canonical or canon agnostic. We take things that we like from these stories and bring them into the overall campaign. So the stakes are a little bit low, but we're still going to learn stuff about our characters. And one of the things that we're going to learn from this little side story is about Artemisia's past, because she has received an invitation on Aglarondian parchment with that script, obviously from a native of Aglarond, inviting her to a reunion at her academy that she attended while she was in Aglarond.
Well, I mean, obviously she can't go. No, she's gonna go.
But what will she wear?
I was gonna say, immediately the wardrobe planning begins.
It would appear that Sturge also received an invitation, but curiously, he is nowhere to be found.
Poof.
I mean, Artemisia is not surprised.
You could have sworn he was in the room when they both arrived.
Not everybody wants to go to their tenure.
I think Cecilia definitely feels more aligned with Sturge in this, but also she would like to come along, find out what is the hot goss about Sturge in high school, because that's got to be interesting. Also, she's not going to say she wants to know what Artemisia was like in high school, but
I think it can't be the tenure yet because Artemisia is too young. But it can be. I don't know if anybody ever watched Wonder Falls. It's a great series, but they had a 3.5 year high school reunion,
Why
which
not?
I think
Why
is
not?
exactly the right amount.
Listen,
So-
reunions are really about pumping alumni for donations, so maybe you have one every year and you've just not felt comfortable going yet.
there we
Exactly.
go.
The letter was addressed to Lady Tyrone of Westgate. It seems that they have tracked you down despite all efforts.
Well, her dad probably told him. He's too nice that way.
And they request the honor of your presence to commemorate a great and moving change at the Academy, and also to recollect honorable and virtuous and mighty deeds that you performed in school.
You performed virtuous deeds in school? Interesting.
I mean,
You
Artemisia
should find out what they are and then write a
but-
song about them.
Well, yeah, I'd love to. How
Anyway,
many
so
dates
this
can you bring, Artemisia?
this is why Artemisia finds herself in a carriage on the road to Aglarond with Cecilia and Stong and Rogar, who cannot pass up the chance to go.
Heck
Okay,
no.
so
I said carriage, but maybe that's not how you want to get there.
no.
You have a
and,
different preference?
yeah, carriage is fine. I don't care. What
Okay.
Artemisia cares about is not how we're getting there, but it is vitally important that she decide whether she's covering her scales or not.
Mm.
None of the others have seen her scales. They don't know that she has them.
Hmm.
And she literally cannot decide what she's going to do. So she's going to poll you guys whether you think that she should wear what she has been wearing around Westgate, which like shows some skin and scales, or if she should go full back to like over the hand cuffs and high collar and makeup and the whole 9 yards.
Well,
I vote
Rogar-
scales.
oh,
Sorry.
No.
You're never
Cecilia's
going to
always
see
pretty
these
good.
people again. Or, I mean,
I-
you can, but why not go in looking fabulous?
I think your scales are awesome.
Aye.
Do they have scales? I don't think so.
And Rogar would say, I mean, I've learned the hard way what it means to hide, and deny who you are. So I think, just embrace it and be proud of it.
That's true. I don't even know what they would think because they've never seen them. I just know what Mycelea thought. So, okay.
Ah.
I mean, if anybody talks back to you, you tell them that you are a mother effing dragon, and you ask them if they really want to F with you.
no, she's effing a dragon.
Oh,
don't
I
know
see.
to say that, but
That as well. And you're a hero of Westgate, and you have nothing to be ashamed of, for sure.
you guys are nice.
Group hug!
Did we convince
Rogar
you, or are
says,
you still like,
Oh, yeah, she's convinced.
okay?
She kind of wanted permission to go in, like, she has in her head she'd do the, like, kick the door down and, like, go in, like, fabulous.
Why else would you go?
That is not what she's actually going to do, but for Artemisia, she's going to do, like, the equivalent to that.
Can I kick the door down?
Yes.
Should we announce you?
No.
Yes, yes, yes. That's why I'll kick the door down. I'll kick the door down and I'll be, listen up, all you peasants. And then you start a song. And then Rogar can work. You don't have taumaturgy, but you have something like that, don't you?
I have thaumaturgy.
You have
aye.
taumaturgy, right? So like you can make the big like trumpet sounds.
Make a
Yeah.
trumpet
yeah.
sound and then like a oohs and ahs sound of crowds, and
Ooh.
then the doors I can make the doors like burst open and the windows all burst open and the ground trembles slightly.
Do you want to swoop in on a Pegasus?
You do.
Oh.
You do. Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Wouldn't want to swoop in on a Pegasus.
Right? Wonderful question.
No.
Quick question: is Sarshan along on this trip?
Nope.
Okay, just making sure. And okay, as they're bumping along, Rogar will say to Cecilia, Ruan wouldn't come to me to the rich guy's party, and now we're going to like a dance, and Ruan wouldn't come. What is up with your brother?
Literally have no idea. But also, it's good to spend time apart. If you're always together, then you have nothing to talk about. Trust me.
Oh,
Absence
that's-
makes the heart grow fonder, Stong says while thinking of Scarce here.
That must be why I'm so bloody fond of him, I guess. All right.
Oh, and it's indoors too,
Oh.
in the city. So
Aye.
Okay.
Do you guys do things like this, or is this an Aglaron thing? You go back to your school day stuff, Stong and Rogar.
Oh, you know, we have swamp reunions every 10 years. Mine's coming up in 7 years from now.
We have, annual rituals and festivals at the temple for like spring and, midwinter festivals, and a lot of dancing and parties when people get married and other things. There are lots of rituals in the temple, and
So many fertility festivals.
so many fertility festivals.
Mine is actually just a giant brawl. Everybody from all the tribes gets to pick
Whoa!
their champion. Then we fight
Everybody
it out.
was orc fu fighting.
I mean, this sounds better than that.
I don't know. I mean, nobody leaves Running Rocks, so nobody comes back. So, but I'm certainly not inclined to go back for a variety of reasons.
Yeah, fair.
I don't know. Reliving
Until
your
you're
teen
ready to,
days
like-
sounds.
Even when like maybe someday, like when you're so powerful, like they can't even touch you, like you wouldn't go back and be like, look what you missed out on by not recognizing.
I don't know.
No desire like that.
Yeah, I would say if you made an insight check, Cecilia has complicated feelings about that, but she's not going to do them.
Okay.
So these are the sorts of conversations that you have during the trek to Aglarond to go to this academy reunion. And we'll say that it takes you perhaps a 10 days worth of travel to get there if you're going by carriage. The letter did arrive in plenty of time for you to make that trip.
I do feel like we have to go on a boat. I have to make that clear. I feel like we have to go boat then carriage.
Yeah,
I'm done.
carriage, boat, carriage.
Did Artemisia bring like multiple trunks of outfit plus backup outfit plus back outfit?
Okay, let me clarify. Carriage, boat, 2 carriages.
Yeah.
All right, and you finally arrive at the academy. What was the name of the academy that Artemisia attended, Rhiannon?
You
No
gotta warn
particular-
me about
Pico,
these things.
Call it like the Symbols School for Young. What's a fancy way to say spellcasters? Is
Oh
there a
my god,
fancy way to
Aaron,
say
your
spellcasters?
hair at that angle. You're like part of a shampoo commercial right now. It's great.
It is so hot in here. I'm kind of enjoying though that it does that.
The
No,
symbols.
you should stay
The
that
Symbols
pose.
School for Spell Weavers. How's
Young
that?
spellweavers.
Young Spell Weavers.
Yeah, there we go.
All right. Which is also just called the Symbolarchy or something, is what the students would call it. Anyway, you're there. There are a bunch of other carriages having arrived, numerous people bedecked in fine gowns and suits are stepping out of the carriages, many of them accompanied by their own personal soundtrack or wafting of wind, whatever makes them look and seem the coolest they possibly could with magic.
I'm gonna lean over to Rogar and be like, "Can you make a wind in her, not in her hair because it's all braided up, I assume, but like in her cloak." She won't do
no,
the trumpet thing, but
No, I cannot do that. I don't
Hmm.
think.
damn it.
No.
This gathering also seems to be attended by numerous folk that are important, moneyed folk, small royalty, other connections that these wizards might have. It seems to be a large gathering that you weren't entirely expecting. How large do we think Artemisia's class was? Are we thinking a dozen students? Are we thinking 100 students? More?
I mean, I was thinking around 20.
Okay. So a fairly small gathering, or a fairly small number of students. So the fact that the gathering is pretty large seems unusual to you. But hey, you brought 3 guests, plus your 2 carriage drivers.
Well,
Nobody
they
in your-
don't count. That they're waiting
Right.
in the back. So
Nobody in your class is comfortable coming by themselves.
I feel like
One
we're
of
learning
them-
so much already.
One of the
Right.
carriage drivers hands you down from the carriage whenever you're ready to get out. And they seem vaguely familiar to you.
have we met before?
Oh, I'm sure I would remember Lady Terrorone.
All right.
Can we insight check?
Yeah.
'Cause like part of me is like, nobody needs to insight check. I think we gotta make a guess. I rolled a 12.
Okay.
I'm too busy
that-
trying to figure out who's the person that should direct the awesome Artemisia noises at.
Artemisia is having a conversation with the driver, who is being very gracious and gallant. Anyway, all right, you get outside and you are standing before the large doors of the main hall of the academy. Above the doors, there is a statue floating in the air in multiple pieces, which is of, it seems to be an abstract piece most of the time, but occasionally the pieces align to form a woman with flowing hair casting a spell, and then they'll fall apart and revolve around each other again.
Does Artemisia recognize it as having?
You're pretty sure that's you're pretty sure it was there before, and that, according to what people have told you, is the likeness of the symbol who ostensibly founded your academy. Local legends about exactly how that came about vary. One of the legends you heard is that the symbol and fought and slew a dozen red wizards on this site, and then their blood is what made the stones red of the academy, and so it stands as a symbol of her victory. Another legend you've heard is that the symbol got really, really drunk one day and bought a building on a whim and then couldn't decide what to do with it, so it became the academy. And another legend is that she was the first headmistress of the academy, but she never actually held office hours because she was too busy killing red wizards.
So Artemisia is going to tell everybody as we walk up and look at the statue. She's going to tell the first and last story. She's
Okay.
gonna admit the middle
Just gonna
one.
know the other one.
You're going to admit the one that's probably most likely true. I see.
Is there a chance that there are like that the red wizards like attack the academy a lot or something? And he
Red
glanced
wizards-
nervously to Cecilia.
Your Thay is north of here. Goes like Aglarond, and then Thay, and then Rashomon. I might be forgetting some stuff. I didn't study a map very closely.
Thay and Aglarond, to the best of Artemisia's knowledge, are old enemies, rivals. Thay occasionally tries to invade Aglarond. At least this happened in the past, that Thay has tried to invade Aglarond, and the legends always hold that the symbol herself single-handedly would throw back the Thayan armies, which seems a little far-fetched to you, but she was also very, very powerful. Thay has been less expansionist over the last century or so than it was in the past.
I mean, they're kind of just aiming for Rashomon instead, but okay.
Less
I mean, what
expansionist
Artemisia
as
knows.
regards Aglarond, yes.
Rogar was
Aglarond's
just-
like,
She
it's
never
fine. They don't
fought.
bother us now.
Artemisia
Rogar-
never fought a red wizard, Rogar.
Oh, okay. Good. And he was mostly just kind of looking to Cecilia and make sure she was cool, because he knows she has issues with prerequisites, I think.
Stong would like to stop Artemisia before we enter. He would like to ask her, so, is there anybody here tonight that you want us to help you avoid or find?
Oh.
Oh. Is there somebody who you maybe are wishing you had, a love opportunity that slipped away from you?
Or revenge?
Oh, like the faces she's making, like there's nobody that she was emotionally entangled with here.
Okay.
People change. You might be able to find a good one. Just, the bar is the Red Wizard. The bar is not Lilton. Don't try to do better than Lilton, because that's too easy. The bar is the Red Wizard guy.
Okay. Red Dragon, you mean?
Red Dragon, sorry.
I
I mentioned in the
but I was
hangout,
like,
I had a not a hangover. I have migraine this morning, and now I have the migraine hangover where my brain is just like a little slow. So if I use the wrong words, apologies in advance.
I mean, once I see who's here, I'll point people out, because I've sort of done my best to put all of them out of my mind as much as possible. And I've grown, and like Cecilia was saying, maybe they've all grown and they're all great and would not bully or tease anybody now.
Ooh,
And if they aren't, we're here
that's right.
and we're bored.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so it becomes your turn to enter. The valets at the front of the building look at you and they say, Artemisia Terran, welcome. I am glad that you could make the time to attend this illustrious event. How would you like to be announced?
You want us to think of a title for you?
Well, she shouldn't be Lady Tawaron, because Marcelea is Lady Tawaron in Aglarond. So
You could call her the Sorceress Supreme of Westgate. I was going to argue. I don't think you have any classmates in Westgate. Say Sorceress Supreme of Westgate.
Sorcerer Supreme of Westgate, champion of the arena.
I want to say, since you mentioned that, Rhiannon, Artemisia is immediately aware that by them calling you Lady Tawaron, they're basically connecting you with Marcelea. So if you wanted to actively not introduce yourself that way, that would send a particular message.
Oh, interesting.
Mhm.
That's a good idea, actually.
I just figure you automatically made that check because it's so obvious.
She probably
No one else understood that at all. Just Artemisia did.
would have been thinking about it in the carriage over. So Artemisia is going to say, no, I got this. Please announce me as Artemisia, the Bronze Wolf of Westgate.
Uh-huh. They look at each other
And
and like,
Sorceress Supreme.
And one of Westgate's hottest 30 under 30.
Who's in all the rod sheets? You don't get them out here, I assume.
all right. One of them, the herald is like, right. And he steps inside and he opens the door and he says, Artemisia, the Bronze Wolf of Westgate, Sorceress Supreme of Westgate, under 30 and one of the top 30.
And Rogar will, if there are windows, Rogar will cause them to like burst open and the ground to shake a little bit when he's announcing her.
There are windows which have been left unlocked for exactly this purpose. Wind flows into the hall.
She's probably not the first.
Probably not.
Artemisia, go ahead and make a charisma check, please.
Okay. Ooh, she's very nervous. That's fine. Okay, so that's an 11.
Aha. All right. Your appearance and announcement. You draw a few interested looks, but it doesn't seem to like send a ripple of awe through the chamber.
Well, these people suck.
What about a triple of aw?
Aw.
Just kidding.
No, she doesn't want that.
I know.
So you basically managed to enter with a little bit of fanfare, but you didn't immediately draw gawkers and stalkers to you.
Should have let us do the trumpet thing.
It's
All
still
right.
not too late.
We
You
could go back
see,
out and do it again.
you see a grand hall, which is larger than the building seems to be able to accommodate, with floating, moving chandeliers that, like, they're little balls of flame. They're circling around each other like constellations, or like a solar system all around the room, illuminating it in a sequence of dancing light and shadow. You're suspecting that those are just dancing light spells, but it's still, the effect is nice.
Rogar wants to subtly cast freedom of movement on Artemisia, with the thought that if the place is kind of crowded, she'll just kind of like move through the crowd, and it'll just kind of be like effortless moving
Okay.
through the crowd.
Are you doing that? You said you were trying to do that subtly.
I would do that subtly. Yeah.
Okay,
if I can
make a
retro-
stealth
retro-
check, please.
Okay. Retro. Okay, here we go. Stealth. Oh, okay. Well,
You do not have disadvantage for your armor.
I 16.
16, okay. So you kind of just touch your hand to her back, but you're kind of low to the ground, so it's like her lower back. You just doot, and your spell goes over her.
Okay.
And that seems to have been pretty subtle. Yeah. Nobody immediately like points at you and says, "Ah, that dwarf just cast a spell." Okay. Yeah, the room is full of people, scores of people, in all manner of outfits, most of them extremely implausible, like things that are made entirely out of feathers, things that are made entirely out of leather straps, things that appear to be made entirely out of living foxes, that kind of thing.
What did
It's all very couture, if you will.
oh.
Crass.
What is Artemisia wearing? What do we know?
What is Artemisia wearing?
So you guys know it's unusual for her. She generally does this sort of long-tailed coat and leggings combo, and she actually is in a gown. But
Oh.
kind of also unusually for her, except for maybe her bronze wolf costume, it's off the shoulder. So as far as like scales, you're getting her whole arm, her shoulders, not much décolletage because she doesn't have much décolletage, so she doesn't like emphasize that fact. So a little bit higher neckline. And then, so with her braids, she's got this sort of comb with chains and sort of semi-precious jewels on it to kind of look a little lightning-ish, because it's a silvery chains and then sort of crystals, white crystals. So that's sort of coming down off her braids.
Very nice.
Okay.
Oh, I
And-
know what she's gonna do. She's gonna cast telekinesis, and she's gonna hover a little bit above the floor,
Mhm.
and that sort of reveals that the train of her gown is sort of made for that. So she's not tripping on it, and it's just like a little bit above the ground with her, so it's not getting dirty either.
So would you say that is a very obvious or very subtle effect?
Oh, it's subtle.
Okay. And
You just don't
go ahead.
need the subtlety or fashion.
Anyone who would like to make a perception check, feel free to do so. There are things you might notice.
Me too.
14.
Yeah, including
20.
Artemisia.
Yeah, 25.
Oh.
Oh.
Cecilia, you're
I
distracted.
am looking for the buffet. I was promised hors d'oeuvres.
You do see a table of hors d'oeuvres surrounded by a number of people who are between you and the table, which is a dangerous place to be. And you did notice the table. It's pretty obvious. Stong, Yang, you said Stong got a 14.
Yes, but he would also like to notice the buffet.
You also noticed the table of hors d'oeuvres.
Yes.
You noticed that one group of folk kind of relatively near you, maybe a third of the way into the room. One of them, a very lovely elf woman with bright green hair, looked around when you were announced and is now kind of making her way toward you from her group. Rogar, you noticed all of that, and you also noticed that you were looking through the whole chamber. You said you got a 20, yes?
25.
25. Okay. You looked through the whole chamber. You confirmed that no one is wearing the same dress as Artemisia.
Good.
Good job. Good friendly.
You immediately picked out the most handsome fellow in the room, however, who is this dashing, dark-skinned. He's got a little goatee. He's standing at the end of one of the tables with a glass of wine, and he's surrounded by a number of admirers.
So human, if he's got a goatee, he's not like half elf or...
Well, half-elves can grow goatees, but in this case, yes, he is human.
Okay.
They can, but with effort.
Okay. So not
Like
Artemisia's
lots of constitution checks. Like,
yes.
Hundreds of years.
Boop! God, what was that?
Yeah.
So Rogar knows that's not Artemisia's ideal, since there is no elf in the mix there.
but I know you were looking, so.
But he'll
He also took note of your group as you entered the room.
okay. He'll subtly nudge Artemisia and say, "Look at it, 6 o'clock." And and meanwhile, he's also like scanning. Is there like any dancing going on anywhere? Because
Oh yes, there are indeed people dancing in the middle of the room, twirling elegantly, sometimes lifting off into the air to finish their dances, and people applaud. It's all very, very pretty and amazing for those who aren't used to magic.
How magical.
So when Roger points out the human man, does Artemisia recognize him?
Make an insight check.
All right, Donnie, you gotta stop rolling bad at some point. Oh, that is much better. That is 23.
No, you do not. He's okay. He seems vaguely familiar, but you're not placing a name or even a face. Just there's something about him that seems vaguely familiar.
I think he must be a cousin or a sibling, maybe. I didn't go to school with him.
Oh. So this is like 1493 we're in or something like that, right? So this is a reunion. They're probably playing 80s music, aren't they?
Yeah.
Awesome.
They are.
Perfect.
They're playing 1480s music. Mhm.
Excellent. That's the best.
Okay, so are you staying together, or is Cecilia heading toward the buffet table?
I'm gonna wait until Artemisia is like, either I'm good, leave me some space, or go away, you're giving people the wrong impression, or whatever. Because I'm assuming unless Artemisia was like, wear this, Cecilia is just wearing her regular clothes amongst all these snobs.
Was Artemisia like, wear this?
So Artemisia gave her a dress,
Okay.
but she knows Cecilia well enough that she didn't like require it of her.
Did she impress upon Cecilia that this was important? Or was she just like, you might like wearing this?
Yeah.
The second one?
Yeah.
She didn't wear it.
Okay.
If you had impressed upon her that it was important, then Cecilia would do it and she would make fun of you for it, but in a loving and gentle way. But if you didn't tell her it was important, she'd be like, okay, thanks, I'll add it to the pile, and then just wear what she wears. So it would not surprise her if you're like, you're ruining the effect. And it might hurt her feelings a little, except I'm pretty sure there's a cheese plate on that table.
Oh yeah.
So is it, are you good? Do you need some seeming touch-ups? Do you need me to cast infestation on somebody? Because I will do that. I will do that, and it will be so funny.
Wait until the night is young. I need a drink. I'm sure there will be many people imbibing, and then things will begin to go wrong after the third or fourth glass.
Or they go real right.
Save your spells.
I can also, if it gets boring, I could cast Enemies Abound just in the middle of that pack and see what happens.
Hey, welcome, Raiders.
I'm just saying.
Ooh, since Raiders have just shown up, that means the next skill check is made with advantage. So plan accordingly.
And Rogar will, of course, give Artemisia guidance when he senses she's going to. I'll just say that in case it comes up in a bit. If he senses she's going to approach someone and try and talk or something like that, he'll give her some guidance to.
So do you recognize anybody, Artemisia?
Should I roll DM?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll an insight check.
Make them wear name tags with little paintings of their faces when they were in school.
Dirty 20.
They have
This
little
is a wizard
illusions.
academy. It's an illusion that moves, probably.
Yeah, it's like their face, and it's making faces. Anyway,
a little miniature simulacrum kind of thing.
you do recognize the woman who is coming over toward you. Again, she looked like an elf from a distance, and she's kind of styled that way, like wearing a dress that is made of pieces of silk that are flowers and leaves and that sort of thing. And she seems to be trailing flowers behind her that disappear when she steps more than a few feet away from them. And she comes up to you. She is actually a half elf, even though she maybe looked like an elf. You see that she has slightly smoother features than a full-blooded elf might have. And she comes right up to you and she says, Artemisia, it's been forever. And you remember this woman's name is Francisca Fellerin. And you recall being friends for a while until a certain malicious rumor was spread around the academy. And then she dumped you as a friend, just like a lot of people did. And she says, oh, I didn't think you'd come to this. I'm so glad you're here. These people are terrible.
Aren't they?
I am still hovering by your elbow. I don't know about these guys. But
just to clarify, a vicious rumor was spread about Artemisia or about this girl?
About Artemisia.
About Artemisia.
About Artemisia, oh.
Mm-hmm. She says, oh, she grabs your hands. I just wanted to say, I am so sorry for how I treated you in school. It was totally unreasonable of me to... Oh, my apologies. Are these your companions?
Oh, don't stop your apology on their account. No.
Keep it going.
I am Francisca Fellerin, lately of Shadowdale, and I am known as a flautist. I know. I went to a Wizards Academy and became a bard. It's hilarious.
Funniest thing I've heard all day.
What do you
Cool,
flout?
good choice.
Ah, you look a great deal like Artemisia. Are you perhaps related?
Yes, I'm Artemisia's half sister.
Oh, how
I hope I was
wonderful.
supposed and I look at Artemisia like, I did not check if I was supposed to do that, but we're just gonna roll.
Yeah, that's fine.
How
And
wonderful.
Artemisia is going to say, and these are Stong, Rogar, their full names,
Hello.
who are also heroes of Westgate.
Ah, yes, the heroes of Westgate. I have sung tales of you in my own travels as a bard. You have given birth to some excellent stories.
That
It was painful giving birth to those stories, but
Of course.
not my goal.
Cecilia's very curious what these stories are.
But fame rarely obeys our goals, does it?
Very true.
Please come have a drink.
Yes, I would like a drink.
Stan would like to insight check her to see if she is telling the truth throughout this.
Okay, go ahead and make a check.
While he's doing that, Cecilia's gonna grab Artemisia's arm and just be
19.
like, if you if you need any pineapple from the buffet, then you can tell us.
Okay, 19. She does seem pretty earnest, but she seems a little bit anxious, like she needs to talk to Artemisia.
That seems fine.
Maybe about that thing that she was trying to blurt out. And she says, "Oh, and your lovely mask. Do you have your mask on, Cecilia, or did you not wear it?"
I feel like Cecilia would have worn the mask to provide a little intimidation, but she did just say, "You look like your sister." So
Yeah,
I feel
she
like she
did.
has to have taken it off.
Artemisia would also have
Yeah.
been like, you can have it pushed up, but please don't wear it.
She's like, "No, you look really weird." But nice. But are you sure you want to wear that?
So she takes Artemisia's hand in her hand, and she reaches out for Cecilia's hand.
I'm gonna look at Artemisia. We're gonna have meaningful eye contact. Should I be coming with you?
If you want.
Okay.
Sure.
Sure. I will watch your back. I will take this strange lady's hand.
She says, "Oh, your hands are strong and accustomed to battle. I would expect nothing less from a champion of Westgate. Please, let me get you a drink."
Does Artemisia remember that she likes women from their time in school?
You remember that Francisca, who was the only other half-elf in your group, was very popular among the male students, and that she did have a paramour when you were going to school together who was male.
Okay.
But if you would like to make an insight check here.
Sure. Is she ramping up to flirt with my sister? 15.
Oh, she is definitely low-key flirting with your sister.
Okay.
I would insight check, but I think Cecilia is really bad at telling when people are flirting with her. So I'm going to intentionally fail that insight check for character reasons.
It's totally cool. And she says, "Oh, you should tell me about your mask, if you will. Are you a masked witch of Rashomon?"
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Wow, Artemisia, I had no idea. Well, I mean, I
Either did she. It's wild.
had some ideas since I've heard the stories, but I hardly believe everything I sing. One can't get ahead in this business by believing all of one's own work. Anyway, drinks.
Drinks, yes.
Drinks.
All right. So she leads those two over to the buffet table. She doesn't seem all that interested in leading Stong and Rogar, but she didn't tell you to stay away or anything. So if you want to go too, that's totally cool.
Besides the buffet table, what else of possible interest could
There's
there be?
dancing.
Is there around?
There's music, although they did not employ any actual bards for the occasion. What you have are a series of musical instruments that are floating and playing themselves.
Whoa. Well, Stan would definitely like to go look at those.
Okay.
And
So you kind of muscle your way through. Oh, well,
Excuse
Gonna
me,
go
people
jam
pardon
with some
me.
awakened
Part out of the
Excuse
way.
me.
And Randy, what were you saying, Rogar?
Oh, Rogar will be he'll start to follow Artemisia because she's the only person he knows at the party here. But then he's kind of they seem very like this is their thing. So he's drawn off to the music, to dancing slowly. And he starts to, because he's kind of been, he's doing that subtle, want to dance thing since they've got here. And he just moves more and more. And then next thing you know, he's out there dancing.
All right.
Whoa, dwarf dancing.
Excellent. Would you like to make a perform check, please?
Oh, okay. 7. He's dwarf dancing.
You're definitely drawing attention.
And he hasn't had anything to drink yet, so you know
Can only
Uh-huh.
get better.
it can only get better.
So once Francisca gets you over to the table, she becomes very, very talkative. She says, "What happened to you at the academy was so terrible. It seems so unlike you, and I'm so sorry that I bought into it. It turns out once I graduated, I had no interest in men at all. It was ancient history."
Well, I have moved on.
Yeah, and yeah, she.
Did you abandon men as well?
You get drink with drink.
Not gonna look at her sister.
You were always like that, Nia, with the cheeks. Oh, it's so good to see that you haven't changed so much. So tell me about your latest paramour. How is he? A fiery one, I would imagine. You always did seem to be drawn to the fiery types.
Well, I mean, you didn't know everybody. There were some sort of personality of a wetfish kind of types, also dead wetfish. That
Are
makes
you
me think
talking
more.
about Martin?
Who's
You,
Martin?
you said it, not me.
Well, and she turns to Cecilia. You see, when Nia went to academy, she had a certain paramour named Martin, and we all thought he was, well, he meant well. Anyway, but it's, you should wait until you see him again. He has
Oh, he's here?
not changed all that much, but somewhat. You'll see. You'll see. I'd hate to spoil the surprise.
Oh no.
Okay, I don't want to see this.
Might I ask about yourself, Artemisia's lovely sister?
What about?
You said Cecilia is the name
Cecilia,
in
yeah.
the tales. Ah, of course. I had heard that you were engaged in some dramatic and passionate love affair.
I don't think people need to be talking about that.
Oh,
she's-
so it's on the
she's-
rocks, is it?
She's very
No,
private.
it's just not anybody's business.
Well, the
Oh.
academy that never stopped anybody, I'm afraid.
Oh no, we were the most gossipy. oh, the most gossipy vermin that one could summon with a summon monster spell.
Interesting. Out of curiosity,
Oh,
do you remember a fella who came to this school whose name was Kraban Gleer?
don't tell me. She looks at Artemisia.
What?
You married Kraban
Oh,
Gleer?
No!
You.
No, she's
Oh,
too busy
Oh,
cutting a swath
I'm so
through
relieved.
the. Hang on a second, though. Don't talk about him like that. But for the record, Artemisia is cutting a swath through the most eligible men of Westgate and environs, and
Oh, no,
also
no.
occasionally
I was-
other planes.
I had heard that Kraban Gleer, who has taken to calling himself Sturge, yes?
Mhm.
Sturge?
Sturge.
Or was it Vampire Bat? No, Sturge it was.
No, definitely
yes.
Sturge, because it stings. Because he's
Yes.
got
Precisely. I had heard he was part of your group, and he was such an interesting fellow at Academy.
He
Not
has
the most
no-
popular of fellows, but well, I want to say he meant well, but I think we all know that he didn't necessarily.
He has no interest in romance. He is, however, still very interested in magic, which might
Yes.
endear him to several.
I do
people
recall.
here. Indeed.
That's why I thought it was shocking that you. I'm sorry for jumping to conclusions.
a weird
I am already
conclusion to jump
I am
to.
already 8 drinks in because I can barely stand this place.
Why
You
did
make eye
know-
contact with Artemisia, like
So why are you here? You just had to come back and talk to all your exes?
Oh, my darling Mia, it is for the stories. I need to enliven my oeuvre of work with some more tales that will unfold this eve, I'm sure. Also, I was hoping to perhaps meet a lovely damsel who needed to be rescued from the distress of being at this party.
I mean, Cecilia can say no to that herself, but Artemisia's going to be like,
I think Cecilia's like, man, getting out of this party might be good, but I can't leave Artemisia behind, and completely miss the implications.
Yes. Well, I would be happy to escort both of you away from this place, but Artemisia probably has commitments, so we'll just stay and protect her together, shall we?
Okay.
All right.
Artemisia, can you show me where the ladies' room is? Yeah,
Yes,
we'll be
let's-
right
let's-
back.
Francisca's like, it's fine.
Just here, hold the drink. We'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna pull Artemisia and be like, you have to explain some things to me. Is that
Okay.
woman a friend of yours or an enemy?
Yes.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Huh. Okay. So should we be nice to her or should we?
Be nice to her, but don't trust her. I mean,
Well, that's a given.
so.
I
And
mean, hi, have we met?
I also hate to hear anybody talking about stories.
Artemisia, you hear a voice.
Uh-oh, who's this?
A large, kind of puffy-faced man starts coming toward you.
Who is this?
He has like long, floppy, dark hair. It's kind of going a little bald at the top, and he's got a staff that he's kind of, using to help himself walk toward you. And he says, "It's me, Larry Putter. Remember that we got into all those scrapes and misadventures at school, and you always bailed me out? Yeah."
What kind of scrapes and misadventures?
Does she remember him?
Hmm?
Oh, they were classic. There was that one time that we dabbled with chronomancy, and I used it to make my brews go a little faster. But then Artemisia took my little thingy-mabob, and then she used it to unmake all of that. But we remember it, right? Right?
Right. Classic.
You do see he has a scar on his forehead,
Classic.
which you dimly recall him getting from doing a headstand on top of a barrel of whiskey. Like he
A
fell
big man
hard
for a
and hit the
whiskey
whiskey.
barrel.
Oh, well, if you're talking about this, I wasn't always this big. I'll have you know, Mia can attest that I was a dashing, muscular fellow. I was the captain of the goat ball squad when we were at Academy.
Ball.
Goat ball,
Goat
that's
ball?
right.
Goat
Goat
ball.
ball.
Did she sleep with him?
I mean,
Probably
don't
not.
you know?
You roll high-low.
I will.
Oh yeah, dice of fate.
Yeah, go
Oh,
ahead and
gosh.
dice of
You
fate
can
it if
divide
you
it
like.
in thirds. Low is no, middle is like just handsy stuff, and then high is
I mean, did you want to
Pansies.
make the call?
I mean,
I want you all to know that Yang Yang created this character, not me, but I'm bringing him to life. So
Yang Yang, do
I-
you feel in your heart that Larry Potter would not have slept with Artemisia? Because this is when you speak up.
Oh no! I think he totally would have slept with her. I don't know.
Got it.
It's a question.
Okay,
whether she
so-
but
was
I
with him.
think she might have had standards. That's
yeah, so how I'm seeing this go down is that he was drinking and he was flirting with her and she was a little bit interested and he kept drinking and then he was getting sloppy and she was sitting
Like
farther
now.
and farther away from him and then he passed out and she like pulled the blanket
Dodged
up
that
on him
bullet.
and left. So who knows what he remembers, but she did not sleep with him.
Got it.
I want to point out that Randy just left the worst or best pun, which is was the cask that gave Larry Putter his scar Voldemort. And I think that's worthy of a shout out on the stream. Good job, Randy.
Thank you.
Says, yeah, well, I was an evocation student, and I was always planning to, big blasts and big booms, and I must confess, I can throw a mean fireball from time to time, but that dragon rider that I was always talking about, the one that killed my family.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out he didn't, and my family was alive this whole time. They just didn't want to talk to me. Anyway, but so good to see you. I gotta get to the mercy closet. Is that the mercy closet? Boom! He just goes into the bathroom, closes the door.
This is the weirdest experience of my whole entire life. And I once went through a weird hallucinatory ritual with a wolf in a cave. What are these people, Arisha?
Didn't you like ever study with other kids?
I mean, sort of. Mostly it was like school and then come home and never talk too much to people, which I kind of did anyway. But I don't know, if they find out you're actually a girl, they'll kick you out. And then there was the whole thing with Sebastian, and then I really got kicked out. So less, I think, socializing. I think the times I socialized are usually right before some bad memories.
No, sorry.
But
I mean,
now I get to have
here you
this
go.
experience.
You have this experience. You can have it instead of me.
Where did Stong and Rogar go?
Well, Stong, you were inspecting the musical instruments that are playing themselves. Yes.
Yeah.
You want to make a Arcana check, please?
Oh, that's gonna be an 19.
Oh, you are pretty sure that is an animate object spell that someone
Perfect.
is controlling to cast it.
That's
You're very familiar with that
what
magic.
Stong. Yes, that's exactly what Stong was hoping for.
Although the fact that it's still going and it's very smooth speaks to the skill and ability of the person casting it.
Interesting. Can Stong try to figure out who is casting it?
Yes, that's going to be an investigation check. And I'd give you disadvantage if you had not identified the spell, but you did, so straight roll.
12.
12. Okay. So you start on the mystery of the invisible musicians, which is a sub-quest.
Yeah.
And you start looking around to see who might be casting it. And you're not sure who it is, but the spell seems to be emanating from farther back in the chamber. Like you see that there's a corridor behind the chamber and numerous alcoves. And so it's coming from one of those alcoves, you think.
Yeah, so I think Stong really wanted to just verify that it was one person, because he's always kind of had in the back of his mind, like, maybe, what if he could, like, have his own band or form his own band, with his magic. And so he wants to really find this person, talk to this person, and then figure out just how masterfully they can control all these instruments at the same time. So he will
Okay.
venture into the back and look.
Awesome. All right, you dramatically pull aside one of the tapestries depicting mostly red wizards being slaughtered, and find a kind of scrawny wizard type who is concentrating on a spell, who immediately goes, ah!
Stong is just going to give him like a slow clap.
He says,
You, sir, are a maestro. I just wish to applaud you for your amazing work out there.
This is my senior project. Please don't disrupt my spellcasting.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're not who his teacher is. Talk him up.
I just wanted to know how you. I mean, we could talk later, and you could show me how you accomplished.
So the music starts to become a little discordant. Some of the instruments start sounding flat.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Here, I give him a bardic inspiration, and then I say, "You could do it," and then I'll close the curtain.
Make a charisma check.
Oh God. 12.
Respectable.
Okay. So he doesn't pass out from fear. But he does lose concentration on the spell, and the instruments start sinking toward the ground.
I cast animate objects.
All right. The instruments rise up again.
Save this kid. Save this project.
Make a performance check, buddy.
Okay. Oh God, do I have anything to burn on this? No, I don't. All right. Okay, that is a 4. That's a natural 1.
Oh no!
Oh dear.
Oh no!
All right. So there's this
Sorry.
discordant jangling of sound coming from the animated instruments. And everyone in the audience chamber looks around and they're like, what is going on?
If they all look at me, Stong just stops and he goes, "It was me. Sorry, everyone. Give me a moment while I try to figure this out."
We see that this is Stong.
Yeah.
Can I make a persuasion check to convince people this is very avant-garde outsider music from Westgate?
Yes, you may.
If Stong sees Artemisia, he's gonna point at her and he's gonna be like, "I'm with her."
Since Song
no.
rolled so
I rolled a
Oh, no.
13.
okay.
But I'm still gonna try it.
All right. And the people at the party are like, is it? Okay. A couple of them like clap, like, are we supposed to?
No, you'll distract the artist.
Oh, Rogar, how do you react, Mr. Dancing on the floor by yourself?
Rogar doesn't like know that it's bad music at this point. It's like, human music. So he's just like still dancing and he's like kind of in his own little zone. But then maybe he'll slowly like realize that people are dancing still around him.
Okay.
And,
You're starting to get really, really thirsty, by the way.
and also I've been casting thaumaturgy to have voices kind of whispering in the crowd, things like, look at her dress, and is she floating off the floor? She's
Except
a hero
it's
of Westgate.
thaumaturgy, so it sounds like, look at her dress. Isn't that amazing?
So when the music was going, it worked, but maybe now it's like a little awkward, and he's like, I'll be over there getting a drink.
Tremble, peons, in the presence of Artemisia. Thaumaturgy.
I think they're impressed.
Okay.
I
All right. So yeah, you've been snacking and drinking a little bit from the bar as you're dancing. All of you have. Okay. So, at some point, the ladies come back from the mercy closet.
Yep.
Okay. Francisca has kind of moved on to chatting with someone else. She's still there though, if you want to go talk to her. But the heralds announce a new arrival. Lord Martin Wands and Lady Amelia Wands.
We'd grab Artemisia's arm and be like, "Is this him? Is this your first boyfriend?"
Yes.
And okay, at the door is
How many
a
Liltons?
reasonably good-looking man who's human. He has kind of long hair. He's a little bit gangly, but generally an okay-looking guy. Pretty normal looking, right? Average. He seems pretty relaxed. Next to him is this very curvy, very elegantly dressed and styled, slicked, long-haired woman in a golden gown, and she is obviously the one who attracts all the attention.
Does she look just like Artemisia? No.
No.
That's
Okay.
when that happens, just as a sidebar.
Yes.
Artemisia is, again, very skinny, almost gaunt skinny.
Yep.
And this woman is much more filled out and plus size, perhaps we would say. Like, they look very different. And she has long golden hair. Although, Artemisia, you remember in school that she was definitely brunette.
Interesting.
Magic is very powerful.
Yep.
I'm gonna lean over and be like, that guy doesn't have enough cheekbones for you. Did something happen to his face?
And she leans over and kisses him on the cheek, and he blushes a little bit. And then they head down into the room. Although
Sorry.
that woman definitely looks right at Artemisia, and you make eye contact with her.
Is there an evil spark there?
Make an insight check.
Okay. 15.
There's definitely recognition there. It's not necessarily an evil spark.
So Artemisia is still gonna like go for the like arm grab on Cecilia.
Gonna
And-
lean in. Sorry, go ahead.
And she's gonna be like, he married her. He married Amelia. He married Amelia.
Oh my God! Who's Amelia?
How
the
could he?
daughter,
Who's
the
Amelia?
daughter, Marcelea, wishes she had.
Oh, so she's garbage. Interesting. Okay. So
I can't-
enemy. Yeah.
I can't. I can't talk to her.
You don't have to talk to her. You don't have to talk to her. You're Artemisia Tararan. You're the Bronze Wolf of Westgate. You helped beat the ass of the Night Master, the Night King. Who's she? Amelia. That's who she is. Amelia. And married to Martin.
Our good friend,
Cheekbones are sad.
Subcritical Role in the chat was like, do the sirens from Kill Bill start playing as soon as you make eye contact?
I hope so.
And we're gonna go, yes. Yes, they do. Only for Artemisia, though. I believe that track is called Ironside. Anyway.
Do you want me to cast infestation on her so she's
No, she
It's a cantrip. It really doesn't cost me anything. If you wait till she's by the punch bowl, it might throw her in the punch bowl. She might jump in the punch bowl, technically.
Well, she seems to have everything she ever wanted, so maybe she won't be as mean to people she is seeing in her way because I'm not in her way. So maybe we don't poke that bear.
Okay, but will you make sure you say pineapple when it's time to poke the bear?
Okay.
Because I'm bored and you
So-
haven't fed me any cheese.
Or
She a
just like
bear?
lightning lure her.
So Francisca appears at your elbow and she says, oh, there they are.
They're married? You didn't say they were married.
I didn't want to spoil the surprise.
Oh,
Oh my god, you're the worst.
It's so sweet of you to say so. Yes, well, he's easily managed and he's wealthy. You know, his family comes from somewhere outside Aglaron, and they have a great deal of coin. Somewhere to the west, I think. Anyway,
Sorry, I just saw it some critical role posted.
Hey, pineapple, when it's time to poke the bear. I'm killing it today, Fran. I'm sorry.
Good job, Fran. Thanks. Randy and Fran are both on a roll.
Oh.
Anyway, Francisca says, "Oh yeah, what are we gonna do about it? We're gonna mess with her, right?"
She said no.
If she
Mia, that's
finished
so
what-
polite. She looks to Cecilia. We're gonna mess with her, right?
I'm listening to Artemisia in this.
she starts,
She-
I finish it. I'm not gonna start anything. I'm just we're gonna keep it low key.
She pulls out a little notepad and jots something down.
What are you writing?
Oh, you're just a little bit different from what the tales say about you.
You listen to Amelia. Remember that apology about believing the rumors? That was Amelia. So what's this starting shit with her? Where'd that come from?
Payback, justice.
What?
She looks to Cecilia. You see, Amelia spread a really nasty rumor about Artemisia when we were in academy together.
Oh.
Yes, and it it really hurt her experience for the next couple of years, and then she left. So
Do we get to know what the rumor was, Artemisia?
she looks to Artemisia.
Well, so Artemisia has guilt about this with Cecilia, but I'm thinking that she can't not say it because then Cecilia will think it's something worse.
100%.
I will say you start to feel a little heady, like a little dizzy. And Cecilia, you see Artemisia, clutch her head like
Are you
headachy.
okay? Rogar, are you with us? Because you did chime in. I just assumed you come over.
Rogar's on the dance floor.
No, I'd come over to get a drink. You said I was.
Oh,
thirsty.
okay,
I'd come over
yeah.
to get,
All right.
get a drink, and I did say, "Is she a bear?" I did actually say that. But
Cecilia, you're
grab-
starting to feel a little bit dizzy as well.
What was that?
We should
drink?
get some water. Some water. Must have been
Francisca's like,
stronger.
are you all right?
So you've had the punch or whatever that was so far
Oh,
this
I
night, right?
feel a little dizzy. I should sit down. And then Rogar shows up, and Cecilia and Artemisia are both starting to feel
Something's-
real dizzy.
Rogar, something's in the punch. I think something.
like ale. like-
Getting swirly.
Oh, something bad. Oh, okay.
Just a prank, maybe? Just
And
sit down and wait for it
you
to pass.
start kind of fading
Yeah.
out, and you
Try
see
to be like,
Rogar.
to cast a lesser restoration. It comes out.
You
Funny
see
story.
Rogar speaking to you, and then he goes, Whoomp, and just falls over.
Oh, he's got not as far to fall.
And
Oh.
Stong, you are building the music to an excellent crescendo. Make another performance check.
Please. 6.
An excellent crescendo of 6, which is 2 better than
Yes.
previous.
God.
And then you go, aha! And the musical instruments just drop to the ground, and everyone goes, hey! And Stong, you fall asleep to applause.
Oh, that's nice.
The pause because the
And
music stopped though. I guess you don't know if you're
Tell
asleep.
Stott.
I guess if you're asleep, it could be anything you want.
As he's passing out, he says, "Thank you. Buy my music."
one gold piece of pay. Artemisia, your eyes snap open, and you are in your bed. There's a breeze coming through the window, and you realize that you are late for evocation practice this morning.
Oh, trust.
But you also feel a little nauseous. Like, you're glad that you missed breakfast, but you're also 16. So, on that note, we're going to take our break. Queue us up for 10 minutes. And when we come back, the Westgate Irregulars will be back at school.
What's the chat topic? What's your D&D character's favorite high school class?
There
There
we
you
go.
go, chat.
Nice. Favorite and least favorite.
There you go.
Awesome.
All
Don't
right.
go away.
See you in a bit.
So, our intrepid adventurers have found themselves in another world where they are all students at this academy. First, we have seen it through Artemisia's eyes. And who wants to go next? Set the scene. Hmm?
One
So-
of you guys go. My brain just would start.
Okay. Randy, do you want to, or should I?
I
Go,
can.
Randy.
Oh,
There we go.
Randy. Oh, okay.
Well, you guys are
All right,
waking
so
up
I
kind of in
wake
the
up-
same room, so it should be
Well,
easy.
technically,
All right,
so,
fair enough.
So Stong and I are roommate. I wake up and I'm like, and I feel the bed next to me and it's empty, and I'm like, "Whew, okay, that's good. No awkward like thing," because I'm now trying to remember the name of the nice soldier lad from the neighboring soldiering school who came and stayed in the dorm with me last night. I think it was Chet or Chad or Chaz or something like that. I don't remember. Anyway, and
Stong, you just hear Stong pipe up. Chet.
oh, right. Thank you. Was I talking out loud again in my sleep? Sorry. Thank you, Stog. And really sorry you had to like sit out in the hall and play your sousaphone to cover the noise. So,
It's
so
okay.
long.
I
Let's-
enjoyed practicing.
Oh, good, good. Well, you know, I think you should do it more. I really enjoy your music. You're amazing. Whatever the teachers say about that, you should definitely
Well.
do the music thing.
Yeah, maybe someday I'll play well enough to convince them all. Goat ball isn't my only future.
Right. Okay. So I get up and rub my face, and do I have a sense of what time is it? How am I doing for classes right now? And do I remember what my classes are?
Well, you have definitely missed morning prayer.
Right. Well, you know.
There's a gathering of other priests who hold an interdenominational prayer service
Sure.
at
sure.
dawn, and
Sure.
it is clearly at least an hour, possibly 2 hours past dawn.
Sure, but I sort of worshipped in my own way last night, so I feel okay about that.
Yes,
and,
the clerics of justice get very unhappy with how the clerics of love and life keep using that excuse.
Oh, okay. So I check myself in the mirror. My mascara's not too badly run, so I'm okay. And then I get up, and then pick out my outfit for the day, and I slip it on. It's a pretty nice outfit, I think. It's the latest fashions from Cormier, and they like very tight fitting clothes for their men, and very loose flowing things right now for the women. So I'm wearing something that's pretty tight fitting, and I'll check it. It's showing me off quite nicely. Aye.
All right.
And then
You're checking yourself in the mirror,
aye.
and abruptly you hear a pounding on the door.
Oh, I think that's for you, Stone.
And a familiar voice says, Stong, Macguck.
Does Stong recognize who it is?
Yes. Do you open the door?
It depends on who he recognizes it as. Okay. He'll like get up, and like he sleeps with just like a pair of boxers on, and he like slowly like goes over the door, rubbing sleep from his eyes, and then he like opens it a crack and he says, "Hello."
Standing there is Sergeant Red Wolf.
Oh,
Goat ball
Sarshan.
time.
Can I have 15 more minutes?
15 minutes, but goat ball.
Okay, you've convinced me.
Aha! He jumps up and pounds his chest into yours.
Stong like takes it, his chest bumps him back, and then he says, "Oh, Rogar, I'm gonna go off to goat ball practice."
Yeah, you like knocked him backward into the corridor, by the way. You're like way stronger than he is.
And
So-
Rogar will be like, "Hey, Sergeant."
Hey, Rogar. Looking good.
Oh, thank you. You too.
So Stong's
Yeah.
gonna look at Sarshan, and then he is going to say, well, then he looks at Rogar, and then he looks at Sarshan, and he says, "Oh, actually, maybe I'll take like 5 minutes to get ready." And then like he looks at Rogar again, and he's like,
Hey, Sergeant. I've been trying to get this, sort of an after-school student club going.
Oh, yeah?
Aye, for students who are maybe like, for students who are, gay or, of different sexual tastes and interests, because I think it's a little
Different from what?
Oh,
Different from gay?
no, different from what?
'Cause I am also different from gay, so I could be included.
That is true. Everybody would be included. That's the whole point.
Yes, my sexuality does include everyone.
Because the after-school clubs right now, they sort of frown on certain things. And
Wait,
they
when
would
did
like
the
to have a little
after-school
more
clubs
fun.
come into it?
The after-school clubs come into it after school. Hence, the
You know
name.
what? I usually think better if I'm doing handstand push-ups while you're talking to me. So I'm just going to do that now.
I think you wait. Don't wrinkle your shirt. You should take your shirt off before
You're right.
you do those. There you go. That's
There's a
much
shirt
better.
at Stong.
I wouldn't want you to ruin
Stong
your
catches
shirt.
it without looking.
And
He's used to
Rogar
this.
will watch
Yeah.
And feel like, oh, you're doing you do such great push-ups, Sarshan. You're amazing at those.
Yeah, well, Stong taught me.
While the two of them are distracted, Stong, is putting on his gear, and then he like clips on like this fanny pack, like this bag that has like a belt attached to it around his waist. And then he like looks at the two of them to make sure they're not like looking at him. And then he takes this like little shoebox size box from like in the back of his closet, and then he like tucks it into the fanny pack.
You ready to go, bro?
Yeah, I think I got everything.
Put my window upside down. No, I'm
Did you
just
want
kidding.
this shirt back to put on before we leave?
What shirt?
All right.
I have mending, and it looks like it needs a little bit of mending, so I'll just take care of this for you.
You're right. I do keep tearing those. Please ignore all the wolf hair in the shirt. I don't know where that comes from.
Oh, no worries.
I mean, hair of an unknown origin.
I know.
Making
I
a
always
good
thought you might be an
assumption.
otter, or possibly, but not. I had not considered you might be a wolf. That's interesting. So, okay, well, I'll mend this for you.
All
Make
right.
sure you come back tonight and get it.
All right. I will
All
come
right.
back tonight and get it.
All right.
Did you hear that, Stong? I can get it. And then he heads out
He most
Word.
definitely can.
toward Goat Ball.
Yeah, so Stong grabs his sousaphone from the side of the door as he's running out, and then he follows Sarshan. He says, "I'll catch you after class, Rogar."
Okay. Bye, Stong. Have fun.
Okay. Cecilia, meanwhile, outside the school gates, a carriage rolls up. Or maybe it's a cart.
It's probably a cart.
It's probably a cart. And there's a unpleasant looking wizened wizardly fellow driving this cart. And sitting next to him is, well, Cecilia. And he looks over and he says, "Well, it wasn't my suggestion, but this is the school.
Okay.
This is part of the agreement your mother and I made,
This is a different thing than the thing I told you.
Oh, that might be.
And
Sorry.
So I don't know this guy. That's
Yeah.
the thing I'm gonna say. Because otherwise
These
I
are the
have to
instructions. These are the instructions.
recalibrate.
These are the instructions. Go to this school. Yes,
Yes, I know. Okay, just tell her you dropped me off.
I will.
You're gonna watch me go in, aren't you?
I have to. It's my instruction. And if anyone attacks you, I will turn into a bear and crush them.
Fine. I'm gonna take her bag, slip up to the steps, and see if is there any possibility on the way to the door that I could just like, juke out this way and find a back door and get out of here? Or is he
watching you like a hawk / bear.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, it can't be worse. So I will go into the school.
This is important. Binding agreement. Do not forget. Your mother and/or father will be very upset with me.
I'm gonna type to you what I told you before.
Yeah. Yeah. Go
But
ahead.
okay.
This is just some random guy dropping you off.
Yep.
That's it. Anyway, it's
Maybe
been a
in the
long, hot week here in
It's-
Seattle.
It's fair. I should have followed up.
Okay.
In the meantime, I just want to remind all the viewers again, if you have not entered, right now we are running a jumbo custom D20 giveaway. So if you take a
They're
look down
very
there,
nifty.
yeah. So
Got the wolf in it. The wolf's upside down. There, the wolf is right side up. See?
yeah,
Nifty.
Rhiannon's got one with lightning and a wolf inside. So type in !enter into the chat if you would like a free ticket to try to win yourself a custom jumbo D20 from Teacup the creator.
Woohoo.
Awesome.
There we go.
All right. Oh, yeah. Okay.
So
So
going to school.
just
and I
the
get
world
out
kind of
from here.
shifts again. And Cecilia, you were riding on a cart, and there is a woman driving the cart beside you. I am totally serious. This is
not-
what happens.
She started to wake it up and then she
Wait.
went back in.
Do I remember it happening already?
What's wrong, Cecilia?
It just feels weird. Like, did this? I mean, I just, school. I don't want to do it.
Yes.
Apparently, I don't have a choice. Nobody asked me.
Yes. Rarely does fate give us a choice.
I'm gonna sprain my eyes tonight.
I'm sure you will be fine at this academy. Stay true to yourself.
You're gonna watch me walk to the door, aren't you?
Of course. She watches you with a piercing gaze.
I'm gonna walk to the door. I'm definitely gonna look back a couple times to see if she stopped. Because if she stops, I'm gonna go around the back and look for an exit.
She's still watching you from the depths of her cowl.
Yeah. Okay, fine.
Okay.
I'll go in the big doors.
This time you actually get into the building. You have this weirdest sense that something like this just happened and then happened again, but different. Anyway,
Weird.
Mhm.
It's
Then the
probably
doors-
stress.
the doors start closing of their own accord.
Show offs. Is there anybody here?
Well, you see a very large
I'm gonna
half-orc
shout that.
and a slightly smaller elf with long flowing red hair. Neither of them wearing shirts go running past.
You guys know where the headmaster is or where I'm supposed to go? God, I hate this place already.
The elf looks over at you and says, "Huh?" and then boom, slams right into a wall.
Oh, good word.
And he falls down.
Okay.
You see, he gets up. He's like, that happens all the time. Welcome to the Irregular Academy. I'm Sarshan.
Do I get a weird feeling that I know him or nah?
Make a wisdom check. An insight check, if you like.
Insight check. Those have been going great for me tonight. Oh, that's a little better. 17.
Okay. He seems vaguely familiar. I mean, partly he just seems really handsome, like ridiculously so.
Okay. Good job having a face.
And he's like, "Oh, are you a new student?
Yes.
Ah, well,
Cecilia.
you'll want to look for the headmistress, I'm sure. She's probably going to come and find you.
Well, she's doing a really great job of it right now.
Not to be confused with the headmaster. The headmaster never talks to anybody. He just sits up in his room brooding all the time.
Okay.
Did I get that right, Stong? Did I get that right? Where'd you go?
So Stong has been lagging behind Sarshan a little bit,
Uh-huh.
and he, like, as Sarshan's like talking to Cecilia, Stong has been like hanging back around the corner, and he takes this opportunity to take the box out, and he like reaches into his cap, and then he pulls out a frog, and then he like quickly stuffs it into the box, and then he listens.
Sarshan looks at him like expectantly.
He quickly puts the box away, and then he like walks up to Sarshan, and he says, "Oh, did you make a new friend, Sarshan?"
Yeah, this is
I'm Cecilia.
Cecilia.
"Oh, hi."
Hi. What kind of school is this?
"Oh, well, this is an academy for special and gifted people."
An academy for academy students. And for goat ball. Goat ball!
"Go ball!"
Goat ball? Oh my god.
We're late for goat ball practice.
Do you guys know where the back door is? Like,
You're not going to run away before we're done with goat ball practice, are you?
I could show you where the back door is.
Not gonna lie, that's generally my plan. Yeah.
I could show you where the back door is.
Oh, well, in that
Rogar, where'd you
case,
come from?
No.
Oh, this is Rogar.
Well, I just happened to trail along watching Sarshan run.
Rogar, this is
Look around
Cecilia.
face.
Oh, hello. Oh my. He looks at her outfit and is just like, oh, hello.
Look right back at him like, okay.
Wow. Welcome to Irregular Academy. And wow, where are you coming from?
Rashomon.
Are you a witch?
Do we look like a witch?
Witches
I don't
come
know, I've
from
never seen
Rashomon.
one.
Sarshan says.
Just a student. You're just switching schools.
Oh,
Should have a
witching
mask
schools?
if you were a witch.
Oh, switching schools.
Switching schools, yeah.
If today's your first day here, do you know who your homeroom teacher is?
You literally just walked in the door. Nobody even. I mean, you guys are the first people I've talked to.
You guys
Oh.
go to Goat Ball and I will show her to the office and
Okay.
learn all about her.
Another student comes hurriedly through the hall, not necessarily running. I don't think Artemisia is a big fan of running, but she's obviously hurrying on her way to a class. And you find this big group of people just blocking your way.
Shouldn't you guys be at practice? Oh, you're new. Hello?
Hi.
Classes have started. I gotta. Or
Is
do-
this
do you
just
know-
how your school works? You stand around in the hallway and dick around?
No.
I sometimes.
Pretty much.
What does dicking around mean? Sorry.
Well, Sarshan, anytime you'd like me to show you.
Oh, that would be
Okay.
excellent after
Ro-
practice.
Maybe tonight.
Rogar,
Aye.
go flirt at goat ball practice. We don't need to
Okay.
be blocking the halls.
We're late for goat ball practice. Song. We need to get to practice. And then Sarshan runs off.
If I go to this practice, can I just skip school stuff? Is that,
Oh
is that how
yeah,
this works?
the coaches don't care
Totally.
if you go to class if you're really good at goat ball.
You
So
still
the-
could have
follow.
explained to me, so.
The mural on the top of the entryway, which you hadn't really noticed before, but when you look up, it appears to be a city with some kind of creature floating above it, like a giant turtle. It's hard to say exactly. The mural shifts open, and a blue figure starts descending through the mural down toward you, carried on the winds of magic. A woman with bright blue flowing hair. And she says, "Ah, you must be the new student. I am Magister Marilyn Darkdance. Welcome."
Thank you.
I was just going to class, but with the new student, I was going to help her out. So that's why I'm late. I'm not late. I was going to class.
Ah, yes. Young Lady Tararon, please do not tarry on your way to class.
So she's gonna head off.
Rogar will follow after Artemisia because he heard something and he wants to ask her about it.
Stong's gonna go to practice because now Cecilia's in Mirrod's hands. And he says, "Oh, have fun! I hope I run into you again."
Yeah.
She looks off after them, and then she looks back at you.
Oh, and I'll shout out, "Find me at lunch. I can make sure you don't sit with the wrong people." Okay, bye.
And she says, I know, I understand. You didn't want to be here and you'd rather leave as soon as possible. And frankly, I can't blame you. But let's try and make the best of it, shall we?
Fine.
Do you have any particular magical talents or interests that you would like to pursue while you are here at the Academy?
I don't know. I know a little enchantment.
Ah, yes. That comes from your father, yes?
I don't. It's mine. I did it.
Of course. Yes. In fact, there is an enchantment class happening this morning. Perhaps I can take you there.
Do what you gotta do.
Well, that is what I got to do. So come with me, please.
Okay.
Right? And she shows
Awkward.
She shows you to enchantment class. Sure enough, this is the very class that Artemisia was on her way to. I think I might have said it was evocation, but it's actually enchantment. We're just going to retcon. Artemisia, you thought you were in an evocation class, but you're really in an enchantment class.
Same teacher, budget cuts.
The Magister,
This half, that half.
They
both start with an E.
E.
Okay, yeah, the Magister appears and she leads in this new student who you saw in the hall briefly and says, good morrow, class. This is your new classmate, Cecilia.
Welcome.
She has a certain amount of enchantment ability, and she will be joining you for lessons.
Okay.
Cecilia, you see Artemisia is here, and Rogar is also here, sitting kind of near Artemisia. And in the back, the most striking person you've seen so far, who is very pale and has antlers and kind of reddish pink hair, and is wearing like a black leather jacket with like some symbol drawn in red on it, and has a chain leading to her nose, goes,
Do I know who I don't want to sit with?
Marilyn says, I see an empty seat there at the back.
Okay. Does that mean I'm sitting next to Rogar, or does that mean sitting next to Fane?
That means you're sitting next to Fane.
Of course.
Whoa.
What do I do with my bag? Do I just lug it around all day, or what?
Marilyn waves a hand. Bag rises into the air. It says, I take whatever you need from the bag for the moment, and I shall deliver the rest to your new dorm room.
Okay. Just everybody watching, and just gonna take a book and a pen and some ink, and then just sit down.
As
Excellent.
before she heads back, Rogar will whisper back to Fane, try not to be a total bitch of her.
Blow it out your ass, lover boy.
Oh my god.
So you go and sit down.
Yeah.
Okay. A spellcaster comes and starts teaching the lesson. You're not paying a lot of attention to this particular person. Their
No,
features
zero.
are kind of blurry. They're just blah, 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 blah in the background. Fane looks over to Cecilia during the lesson. She says, so you want to get out of here, right?
I'm just gonna look over and just be like,
I don't mean with
what
me,
makes
obviously.
you say that?
This place sucks.
Congratulations, you figured out a really obvious thing.
Yeah. Thank you. I could show you how to run away if you like.
Yeah, okay. And then what? And then you tell the teachers where I went?
Why would I do that? What's in it for me?
Because you look like somebody who needs a little extra attention.
Well, you have misread the situation, wild girl. I get way too much attention. But that's not really your problem, is it? You haven't yet acquired too much attention. You can still escape. As soon as Queen Blue Hair puts your bag down. Ugh.
Does Rogar hear this conversation going on?
Make a perception check with your first level character. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I still got pretty decent perception. Whoa, well, okay, 9.
Okay. No.
I like
You're
to think
mostly
you're,
trying
like,
to get
you're
Artemisia's
hearing it,
attention.
but you're missing
Well,
like every
my
third word.
passive perception's like really good though. That's what sucks. So. Okay.
Okay. So up to Rogar and Artemisia for a second. Artemisia, you're still sitting there. You feel like the queasy feeling that you had earlier has just increased. And you're sitting there in class and it really sucks. And Rogar is like trying to talk to you.
She's
Well, he's
like she's poised. She's gonna take notes any minute now. Her pen is not moving.
She's
So
got a
is-
lot on her mind.
This is evocation and enchantment room.
Some people thought it was evocation. Some people thought it was enchantment. The answer is
Right.
it's both.
But it's not the
It's
alchemy
almost
room.
like this isn't real.
Yeah.
It's not an
What's
alchemy classroom, not
No.
a double or anything like that at any time. Okay.
Mm-mm.
All right. Well, I have a pretty good a medicine roll. Like if I notice she's queasy, obviously I'm in training as a life cleric.
Oh my god. Okay. Make
So,
a check.
23 on my medicine. So I'm going, and Rogar has some things in his pouch, you know, just to kind of get through the day or to make you feel better or recover from a hangover, you know, that he likes to give his friends and stuff. So he's going to offer her some, say, here, this should help you feel a little better. I've felt kind of that way myself sometimes.
So based on how she is behaving,
And he heard a rumor.
she's definitely ill and perhaps
Well,
in a
Rogar-
certain way.
Yeah, Rogar's going to, when he slips with the medicine, he's going to say, so,
It's a hangover.
I heard
It's
a
a
rumor.
hangover.
I'm sure. Well, I heard a rumor from Bridget, who heard from Kirsty, who heard from Miriam, that you were throwing up in the girls'
Because
bathroom
of a
this morning.
hangover.
And the past few mornings. And
Because
don't
I
think-
kept drinking. Because
Can I
hair of the dog.
uh-huh.
Can I hear this out of curiosity?
No, I'm whispering.
What's
Well, I
your
guess.
passive perception, Cecilia?
It's only a 12.
Yeah, I don't think so. You can
Okay.
tell that they're talking though.
I
Yeah.
was going to say, as a dwarf, I have a deep voice. It's always hard to whisper with a really deep voice, bass voice. But okay, and well, don't think I haven't noticed you've stopped wearing those like slim, flowery dresses, and the you know the little. You've been wearing these kind of sweater things lately, and the looser sort of clothes. And I just, you know, I mean,
Don't tell anybody.
oh, sweetie, no, of course not. Come here.
Don't touch me.
Okay. I'm sorry. I apologize.
I'm in class. I'm taking notes.
Okay.
How? Let's talk after class, okay? I promise. I can. I just want to help.
Okay.
Taking notes.
Okay.
She's gonna write something. And
At
like
some
hide it.
point, the teacher calls on Fane to answer a question, and Fane just stares at them until they pick someone else. And a gangly young man who wears his hair a little bit too long stands up to answer the question, and it is definitely Martin as a young man. And he's like, you can break an enchantment by asking someone to do something that they wouldn't normally do. And the teacher says, yes, or by injuring them in some way. And he's like, oh, yeah, okay. And he looks over at Artemisia briefly. How do you react?
She's notes, looking at notes.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very looking at notes.
And he sits down next to a younger version of Amelia, who is sitting next to him. And she looks over at Artemisia like, very angrily.
Oh, how can the earth swallow her up?
Rogar will use thaumaturgy to like cause the door to slam, and maybe if there are windows to slam, stuff to create a distraction, like draw people's attention away.
Fortunately, the next class is divination. And in divination class, you are discouraged from interacting with each other at all. And Rogar is not in that class.
Okay.
So class ends. Artemisia, you are able to escape.
Okay, to the mercy closet. Nobody can catch me there.
Well, I think one of us could. Although I'm going to tell you guys right now, I wrote down a bunch of reasons why I switched schools and expect somebody to ask me at some point. However.
When he asks, Fane will ask. So I'm just saying, somebody better ask.
Principal was a doppelganger. I had to leave.
And then it happened again. Anyway, all right. At goat ball practice, Stong, you acquit yourself pretty well at goat ball practice.
Sweet.
You and Sarshan do some chest bumps, and then he's like, "Oh, wow! So, man, I'm having a hard time focusing.
Why?
I know. I usually have just such a one-track mind, if that. But like my attention is divided, man.
Between what?
I don't know. There was that girl.
Oh, tell me more.
She's distracting, man. I don't know what it is.
Well, do you think you like her?
What? I don't even know anything about her. How could I know if I like her?
Well,
You're right. I better learn everything about her.
oh man. I mean, I could help you, I guess.
Oh, yeah? How could you help me?
Well, we don't want you to come off like you're like too much or too strong, so I could ask her some things
I'm not
casually.
too strong. I'm just pretty strong. You're too strong.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah, man. No problem.
But yeah, like, I could ask her what kind of things she likes, what kind of activities she likes. Then maybe you could use that information to get to know her better.
That's a good idea. I'm gonna Selberine pointed out that they say man in the realms now, and I'm like, well, they do in the dream, but maybe I should say something else. So I'm gonna try out different things. We'll see. So Sarshan looks at you and he says, "Lad, excellent.
Thanks, lad.
Yeah, lad. That's what I want to know, lad. Definitely.
Fireball, lad. Fireball.
Fireball, lad. Fireball.
Fireball. So they bump fireballs, and then that sounded really weird. But
It did.
maybe we'll switch that word. Maybe we'll switch
And
that word.
uncomfortable.
Great
Yeah,
balls
yeah,
of
yeah.
fire, lad. Great balls.
Yeah.
I thought it was totally fetch.
Totally big bees.
Oh my god.
Anyways, so
That's
Stone
a big
says-
B. Anyway.
hey, how about in exchange for me helping you with this girl?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Exchanges make sense. I am always rush into deals without thinking it through.
Maybe you could help me cover for coach sometimes. I got a couple of reasons to sneak away from practice or be late, and yeah, sometimes coach really just busts my fireballs.
Lad, I can do that for you, lad.
Thanks, lad. It's real big B of you.
When this
Big
started,
B.
I was like, no, it sounds too weird. And I'm just starting to embrace it already.
We're just
All right,
trying out new
lad.
things.
All right, lad. I will work twice as hard for you, lad.
Thanks, lad. So, look, sometimes, so, like tonight's practice, I can't make tonight's practice, so you can cover for me, right?
I can do that, lad. You got a thing going?
Well,
You
Can I
got
let
a
you in
thing
on a-
going.
can I let you in on a
Oh,
secret?
lad. Yeah, lad. Sure, lad.
All right, but you gotta promise not to tell anybody.
Definitely, lad.
All right. So Stong's gonna go to his fanny pack, and he's gonna open it. Yeah, he wears the fanny pack's like near one of the bleachers. It's like hidden underneath one of the back bleachers, and he pulls out the box. And he says, I kind of found her on the school grounds, and I feel like I need to figure out who her owner is. And he
Oh.
opens the shoebox, and inside. You know what this is, Eric?
I do.
Okay.
Do you want to describe it? Or do you want
you
me
can.
to?
Yeah, you totally can.
Okay. It's a small, furry creature with a long tail. Just little teeny tiny wings. And Sarshan's like, what's that?
Well, I think it's some sort of magical hamster.
I think it must be a miniature giant space hamster. I've heard of those, lad.
Still Song looks up at the sky and he says, "Space."
Oh. Welcome, Raiders.
Hey, welcome, Raiders.
Yay, Raiders!
Hey, welcome. No, I mean like space, space.
Oh, okay. Well, she's got a little tag on her that says Mirabelle.
Mirabelle.
Yeah. So I was thinking
Isn't
about
that a city in Cormier?
That's Arabelle.
I know.
No, I was.
I know.
I was whispering it to Stong because I wasn't sure if Yang Yang knew that off the top of his head. I was trying to be a good team player.
Good job. Thank you, Lorebot. Cecilia, you get inspiration.
I already have inspiration. But
Okay.
Thank you.
Fane will be less dismissive of you in the next scene.
What?
Only makes her weaker for me to attack.
It's right. High school is a war.
Yeah. So basically,
Aw,
I'm
man.
gonna go.
Oh, lad, she is adorable.
Oh, thanks. So Stong is gonna reach again into his hat, and then he's
Think
gonna.
she bites?
Oh yeah, Sarshan. Wait.
Oh, yeah, lad, she bites.
Stong pulls out like a frog from underneath the hat, and then he puts it in front of Mirabelle.
Oh, yep. She turns her attention to the frog.
She was just hungry. Normally she's pretty sweet.
Oh, what does she eat, lad?
I've been feeding her frogs and rats and
Solid.
bats.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I picked
right,
up one
lad.
of these vermin hats. It's been really useful to feed her.
Oh, right, the hat. We were going over that in conjugal class. We were going over that.
Oh, well, good. Anyways, if you cover for me tonight,
We were always wondering where that hat went. I'm glad you made off with it, lad. That's a good use of that hat.
So
Rogar, where'd you come from?
no, sorry. I was going to
Whoa,
interject.
Rogar.
I was going to interject. All right, go ahead.
Stone says, okay, well, if you got me covered, I'm
I
gonna
got
go
you.
off.
I got you, lad. I got you.
I'm gonna try to figure out who owns Mirabelle. And
Rogar is going to be disappointed, though.
Why?
Well, he was going to teach me about getting it.
Oh, you could just go after practice.
Oh, yeah, that is true.
Mhm, mhm.
Well, I'll try to talk to that girl for you on the way.
Appreciate
like-
it, lad.
I don't know if she and I are gonna become best friends or anything. Like, that would just be really weird.
Probably. I can't imagine something like that would happen. But you never give up hope, lad.
Thanks, man.
No matter how
Or
many times
thanks,
it
lad.
takes.
So
That's real big B of you. And then he walks away.
Real big B. Anyway,
aces.
All right.
So I'm gonna vote now for switching from lad to like ram. Use because you played goat ball. Ram is kind of like man, and also lad is taken.
Ram
in
is
the
a
dwarven-
position. Ram is a position on the goat ball team. So
Oh,
I kind of feel like that's Stong's position, if it's like equivalent to running
Quarterback.
it
back.
could be.
okay, all right. Lad's taken for I say lad as a dwarf a lot,
Maybe
so I feel like
you
you're
inspired
appropriate.
it. Maybe
Oh.
you made everybody start
I'm a
saying it.
trendsetter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say you is also a position on the goat ball team.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Except they pronounce it iwi.
Iwi.
Better than ooh.
Well, Sarshan specifically pronounces it Iwi. I'm not saying everyone else on the team does. So yeah, Stong is the ram and Sarshan is an Iwi.
Well, the best tradition of the Celtics. I mean,
That's
Mm,
right.
Fair.
Okay.
Oh, never mind.
Okay, so divination class. Artemisia. You get into class. Rogar has not followed you in here, which is a blessing in one way, as in he's not here to ask you more questions, but a curse in another because you're not able to keep track of him while you're in divination class.
I feel like you should use
Cecilia,
divination to do someone else.
Cecilia, would you like to go to the divination class?
I guess I don't know where I'm supposed to be, so I think that she would kind of just go where she's told for now, and
Yeah.
like keep an eye out for escape routes or disused supply closets or likely marks who have a carriage that can, take me out of here.
Well, Fane is going to the divination class, and she says, it's a good way to find secret doors, by the way.
What?
Divination.
Are there a lot of secret doors in this school?
There might be, but how would you know if you didn't go to a divination class?
Seems like you're trying to trick me into doing homework.
You think?
I don't know what your deal is, actually.
And then she just backs away into divination class.
Maybe I want to go find the ladies' room.
Could do that.
Just go to the ladies' room and just hide in the ladies' room for as long as possible before somebody
So,
comes and finds me.
As
Not
you're
that I've ever done
looking,
that.
as you're looking for the ladies' room, you see a woman coming down the hall toward you,
Mhm.
and she is a gray-skinned elf woman. She has long white hair, and she's carrying a stack of books precariously, like weaving back and forth. And she says, I'm late again.
Be heading for the divination room.
Looks like it, yeah.
Like Cecilia has a lot of anger in her, and I think Ever would be very inclined to just like watch this, but she seems nice, yeah, or like a little hapless, so I'll get the door for her.
Says, oh, thank you. That's so nice of you. Are you new? You look unfamiliar.
I am new. I was just looking for the mercy closet.
Oh, yeah, it's right across the hall. Right there.
Thank you.
And when you, thank you for letting me know. So when you come back to class, I won't, consider it to be odd or anything that you're slightly late.
Well, yeah. When I come back to class,
I'm Shaira, by the way. It's good to
Oh.
meet you.
It's nice to meet you too. I'm Cecilia.
Oh, I'm so late. I better
You
start.
go. I'll go take care of what I need to take care of.
We're learning about detecting secret doors today.
Okay. Weird. Okay. Thanks.
Perfect. Ah. All right. Your teacher, who is the substitute teacher who covers a lot of the classes at the academy, comes into the divination room, Artemisia, and it's Shaira Mayaval is a half drow, half surface elf, and she seems to be. Well, what's your passive insight?
No, look at my 12th level. Look at my so 11.
Okay. She seems to be not entirely skilled at all these things. Like, she seems to be kind of winging it most of the time. Anyway, she comes in, she puts the books down. She says, "Oh, divination, right." Pushes one aside, pushes another one aside. Necromancy, pushes that aside. Here we go. Detecting secret doors. Okay, so good morning, class. And everyone's like, hey, because she's a fairly popular teacher. She says, well, the regular instructor is not available today, and the headmaster asked me to step in and take over the class. And she writes her name up on the chalkboard. Shaira Mayaval. Yes. Finding secret doors. Okay. So first, she pulls out a holy symbol, and you realize that as she starts teaching, she is teaching you a clerical spell for finding secret doors, which is totally not applicable to most of the students in the class. And Fane is sitting in the back going like, oh, this is brilliant. Oh, so good. But anyway, it gives you a great opportunity to kind of space out, because you're not going to learn anything from this lesson anyway, unless you decide to be a cleric. Which, with your passive insight of 11, I'm thinking you're not going to be a cleric. So that leaves you a chance to think and strategize and look over and realize that Amelia is also in this class, and she is glaring at you from the side.
Artemisia's gonna glare. No, she's gonna put her head down and try to avoid her eyes. She can't do it. Wimping out. And I think that she's. I'm trying to think if she just leaves or if she's gonna do the like, teacher, may I have a hall bath? But I think that rather than disturbing the teacher, she's just gonna like be like, oh no, gotta go to the mercy closet. Gotta go, leaving. Seeing as if she wasn't learning anything anyway.
Are you gonna do that immediately, or are you waiting as long as you can before you do that?
I mean, yeah, I think she's gonna try to wait out the nausea, but if it's not
Okay.
going away, then
So a student sitting next to you leans over, and the first indication that he is paying any attention to you at all is when he says, "Are you all right?" Which is startling. It's just kind of a nondescript, dark-haired youth, and he's like, "You just look tired or ill or something."
hangover. I'd better go to the infirmary.
Oh, okay. So you stand up?
Yep.
And Shay up at the front goes, What? Oh, do you need to use the mercy closet
Yes.
as well?
Yes.
Oh, of course. Go ahead.
she's gonna flee.
Fane's like, I also need to use the mercy closet. And Shay says, I'm not falling for that again. Artemisia, you get out and safely into the hallway. You hear some scraping sounds from the mercy closet ahead of you.
She's gonna open the door. Is there somebody else there already?
Yeah, Cecilia, you there is a window,
Mhm.
and you're
Trying to get out the window.
trying to open it.
I am at least going to assess the window, but
Yeah.
mostly I'm going to kill time in this bathroom,
Okay,
washing my hands very thoroughly.
all right.
Nobody can be mad about that. But I will try it. I will give the window a test, sure. I feel like a bathroom window is going to be a little high and a little narrow.
It is.
Yeah.
Artemisia could probably, if she had something to stand on, she could like squeeze through. But
Yeah. Cecilia, you're, fairly small, but that's a very, very small window. It's very.
I'm not climbing through anything I'm not positive I'm going to get through.
Right.
Because the only thing worse than being stuck in this school is being caught in a window and having everybody have to come see me get pulled out.
Being stuck in a window in the school. Yeah,
See, it
Yep.
can always get worse.
exactly.
so Artemisia's gonna see her like there at the
Yep.
sink and
You
And
see
sort
each
of-
other at the same time.
yeah, be very distracted and be like, new student, you're a bit older. Did you
Hall
transfer?
girl. Said hall girl. Yeah.
Yes.
No, I transferred. Yeah. Just today. Yeah. My my last school it burned down in an alchemical explosion. So
No, that's no good. You wouldn't want to go there anyway, because I mean, if they're not following safety, it's just gonna
Whoa.
run for the.
are you okay?
It's a hangover.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Is that,
Make an inside check, Cecilia.
Where's the tab?
And Rogar will kind of knock lightly on the door and kind of open his eyes. Are we having a girl confab?
Oh my god, close the door. It's the bathroom.
So just be one of the girls. I mean, if you're just
lean on the
talking,
door. Gonna
if
go
you're
lean
not
on the
doing
door.
anything.
It's like I don't know how to feel about this. I want my privacy.
He slips in some medicine. He's like, yeah, I can hear
Is this
what's
your
going
drug dealer or something?
No, he means well. But thanks, Rogar. It's fine. Everything's fine. You don't have to
Oh,
do
okay.
anything.
on. All right.
So
Well,
do you
hey-
have? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, come and talk to me later. I can help you with these hangovers. And he'll
Oh God.
So do you
Did
have
you
a
make,
drinking problem or a drug addiction or? I mean, I got a 12.
Oh, okay.
My insights checks are not going well tonight.
She doesn't seem drunk.
Yeah.
Like, she doesn't smell like alcohol.
I'm not gonna make the obvious assumption because I kind of think you're probably gonna hate that. I know I hate it. Get the stomach flu once. My dad's calling me a slut.
But you can just go to the healer, and then it should be easy. It shouldn't really be much of a choice or a difficult choice. You just go to the healer. I mean, I don't know why anybody who is in that kind of situation that you're talking about, where people might see you get like the stomach bug and then draw the wrong conclusions, wouldn't just go to the healer and not think about it, because yay, then no more problem, right? Is that what you would do?
Probably. I mean, I feel like first I'd have to get into the problem because mine was just a stomach flu. What was your name again?
I'm Artemisia Taron. Oh, I guess you're a transfer. You wouldn't have heard of my stepmother, Lady Taron. She's big and all around.
This feels weird. Does this feel weird?
I, I
Sorry,
feel
I don't
kinda
know.
sick,
This whole
so-
school is weird. Do you want to ditch? Do you know somewhere we could ditch?
Yes, but I shouldn't ditch now if I'm gonna have to ditch to go to the healer later.
Well, what you said before, you just go to the healer. Does anybody care?
Well, I mean, so
Is there a ditch limit at the school?
well, I have to keep my grades up, or my stepmother would notice, and you talked about your father calling you a slut. I mean, so see, my stepmother, the way she sees things is that you need to marry well, and to marry well, you need to be practiced. And so you want to get a lot of practice, but you shouldn't be stupid and forget your herbs, because then you can't marry well anymore.
Huh.
So, and I just thought if I don't get the herbs, then I won't be tempted. But then I didn't have them, and I thought, it'll be fine. It's the right time of the month.
You need to ditch.
You think?
Yeah. We're looking for like a supply closet. Do you have a supply closet?
I'm sure-
little
yeah, I'm
cave
sure
off
Artemisia
off the
knows.
main things.
all the places, even if she doesn't use them. The question is, do we end up with like Rogar?
So
like,
Rogar,
staking it out.
you're still standing outside in the hallway, right?
Um.
Do you move on?
Oh man, like Rogar would really, and the new girl's there too, and he's dying to know like all the hot gossip about the new girl. Like he wants to be the first one to know everything about the new girl.
You could
So,
stay there. It's fine. You have a passing period.
There's nothing more interesting in the school, definitely, than what is going on in this room at this moment.
Well,
100% certain. So
okay, so you're still outside the mercy closet. You're like, I can wait them out. I can do it.
he's brought Sarshan's shirt in his pack, and he's casting the mending cantrip and fixing it up, and also just tailoring it a bit because it's a little out of fashion. Let's just face it.
So, what is your passive perception?
My passive perception is 14.
Okay, you see a dark-skinned young man with kind of floppy black hair enter into the hallway, and he's not hiding exactly, but he's not being super obvious. He's wearing mostly black clothes, and he makes his way over toward the class, where the divination class.
So he's kind of like skulking about. And is he? How
little bit.
old does he appear to be?
Maybe 18 or 19, like a little older than the other students in the academy, but like comparable. And he is quite handsome. It's true.
Okay.
He has this very dark, sort of intense look to him.
Oh, wow.
Sees you. He's like, lad.
What's my roll for resist cuteness?
Wisdom saving throw?
Wisdom saving throw. Okay. I got 21. Okay, so I totally resist. I'm like, this guy is very sus lurking around here. Okay. I will. He's trying to sneak towards the divination classroom. I will.
Yeah, he approaches and he just kind of leans against the wall like this, which is waiting for something.
Okay. What is the lighting in the hallway?
It's bright light from magical blue burning torches.
Magical blue burning torches. Can I affect those with thaumaturgy?
Yes, those are spells cast by the Magister, but yeah, sure.
Okay, so I'll cause all the torches near him to flare up, so it's like calling attention to him. I'm like, "Hello there, lurker."
He has these very intense, bright, gray eyes, and he looks over at you, and he's like, "Huh, that's a neat trick. I didn't take you for one of the mages."
Ugh, I'm not a mage. I'm a cleric, which is, you know, like a mage, but
What's a cleric
Better.
doing at this academy?
oh my god, getting away from my mother. But like, I mean, I get room and board and don't have any parents. What could be better?
Having parents?
Well, but
The shadows by the divination room.
uh,
A bunch of flies start buzzing around and then materialize into Fane standing there. And she's like, oh, it took forever. Hey, babe, she says to the guy. And then she looks over at you and she says, oh, you.
it's like, oh, you, he says back to me. How are you doing, you scarecrow wannabe?
Right. Well, we're about to go have some fun. Do you know where the new girl went? She seemed fun.
You know, I think that it went to the head office to talk to Mirren. Aye.
Maybe she's not as much fun as I thought then.
Aye. And
Kaylin,
who's your
babe,
friend?
can we go?
Oh,
And he's like, I suppose so. Is he going to rat on us? And she says, he won't say anything.
oh no. And he says, hey, I assume you're probably going to go and get something to drink. If you don't mind bringing me back something, I'll be sure not to say anything.
Interesting. You trust me to bring you back something, huh?
Oh, aye.
Well, I'll consider it. One thing. Have you seen the janitor?
The janitor, the long-nosed fella.
Yeah, the janitor.
No, not recently.
Oh, good. That means he's probably lurking around here somewhere, doing one of his magic tricks.
I mean,
Anyway.
like your friend lurking about?
What, Kaylin?
Is your
That's
friend
just how
want to
he
be
moves.
a janitor? Is that why he's here? He's old enough, I suppose, to be a janitor in the school. And he certainly dresses like a janitor, so, you know.
He's looking at both of you. Man, a few words. And Fane says, whatever, Rogar, go find your own prey somewhere else.
All right. Have fun, you two.
Right, and then they head off down the hallway. Okay. So, any developments in the Mercy Closet? You heard there were
We're good.
voices out there.
Yeah. Can we have listened to that?
Sure, make a perception check.
Let's see what that does. A little better, 15.
No,
Okay.
rolled
Yeah,
really
you-
well, so 19.
Yeah, you caught most of that conversation.
Okay, once they're gone, I'm gonna pull open the door, and Cecilia's gonna look at Rogar. She's gonna go, "We're ditching. Do you want to come?
All right. Yes.
Don't make it
Let's-
weird.
No, of course not.
Where are we going?"
So Artemisia would the library or something, where it would be pretty quiet without a lot of students.
They're like a study room that's like in the back corner that doesn't get good ventilation, so no one goes there.
Or we could behind in the backstage, behind where the band practices. Like if the band is playing, nobody can overhear anything that we say. It's really the perfect spot. And I think Stong might be there later.
So it is at that point that you hear and you look around, and there is a gaunt, extremely long-nosed man with a broom.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, students out of class, are you?
We were just heading to the headmistress's office. I'm new here. They're giving me a tour.
Yes, I believe
sure.
you were headed to the detention hall.
That doesn't sound right.
I'll show you the way. This way.
Who is this guy?
That
Janitor.
stirs the janitor.
This is Cecilia whispering to Artemisia
Yeah.
and Rogar, like, what is this deal?
It's really weird.
Come along then.
I
And
see
he
him.
just starts shuffling away.
I see him fondling magic items after hours in all the classrooms. It's very weird. We don't want to talk about it.
Does he have actual authority over us, or can we just go the other way?
Oh yeah, I think we can. Hey, Sturgy.
Follow me,
How about
or
if we-
I shall be forced to use force.
How about if we don't follow you and I don't tell Mirren about how you were paying with the items in the weapon enchantment classroom?
Make a persuasion check.
$14?
How's this? How about you follow me and I don't break out my puppets?
Can you show me on the puppet where I should never ever touch you? Okay, let's go. That's fine. I don't know what.
Does he have authority to give us detention? Okay,
Yeah.
just checking.
I mean, Artemisia's rule abiding, so as far as like flaunting even sort of assumed authority, she's not gonna help. So
I'm kind of inclined to say Cecilia hangs to the back, and like if there's any like sharp turns, she's just gonna keep going and get lost. See
Okay.
how far that takes her.
And it is at that
Unless
you
Artemisia tells
are-
her not.
you
It's
were
like, no.
following along behind Sturge, and a door bursts open, and Sarshan comes ambling through, and he's like, "Stong, you forgot!" And then he slams into Sturge and knocks him over. And then he stands there and he looks at you. Oh, Hale.
Hale. Do we have? Can we? Is he okay?
Starts on the ground like,
We're gonna go get the school nurse.
Aye.
and then go to detention on her own because yes, she's just
Start
saying
says,
that.
I see you, all of you.
we'll go to morning attention, we promise. Breakfast club is so much better than the evening one. So
At morning feast, you will have detention.
sure.
You will be, Sarshan says, the morning feast club? And Sturge says, yes, that is better than what I was going to say.
Aye.
And
okay.
I see that it's now 9:03. So that's all the time we have for tonight. Come back next week for part
What is this
two.
weird vision?
For part two of the weird flashback to a regular Academy vision. I have been Scott DeB, taking you on this trippy tour through the fake high school lives of the Dungeon Scrawlers. The one who is maybe the closest might be Artemisia, but we'll learn more about it. Take it away, Aaron.
I'm Aaron M. Evans. You can follow me on Twitter at Aaron M. Evans. You can catch me on Champions of Lore, 11 a.m. on twitch.tv/CNE Games. And you can listen to my podcast, Writing About Dragons and Shit, with Trevor Bettis and B. Dave Walters. And we just had a new episode drop today, so check it out where all fine podcasts are available.
3 amazing people
Oh, and
in
check
one
out
podcast.
check out our sponsor, Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms at idlechampions.com.
Nice.
I've been Rhiannon Held. My latest thing is that the first 4 of my space opera novellas are out in one combined volume, Idyllion, and it will be out on all ebooks next week. And if you are interested in any of our stuff, since we are all writers of some stripe, check out the Amazon widget on our Twitch page or dungeonscrawlers.com, and you can take a look at everything, various things that we've written, and try some out, see if you like them. And tonight, thank you to our moderators, Meyer Doug, Shay, and Seldrin.
Hey, I'm Yinging Wang. I am going to talk about two different things. First of all, the charity for this week that we are highlighting is the Rainforest Trust. Now, the Rainforest Trust was started in 1988 with 3 conservationists who purchased and protected threatened rainforests. Over 30 years later, they've helped protect over 37 million acres from around the
Wow.
world. 37 million.
Awesome.
So they treat the lands as not just areas for protection, but homes for countless species who rely on those habitats, and that includes the local people. They work with the local folk to protect the habitat and like figure out ways that they can like live there without being destructive to the environment. And they hold a coveted 100% from Charity Navigator, meaning that you can trust your donations are going to go to great use. Your money is going to be 100% accounted for, and it's like they have some of the best, most transparent books, according to this Charity
Nice.
Navigator. So check them out, rainforesttrust.org. So the other thing I'm going to do is I am going to close out the Jumbo D20 giveaway. I'm going to give it like 10 more seconds. If you haven't typed in !enter into the chat, right now is like the best time to do it, because I am going to close it and pick it in 3, 2, 1, 1/2, 1/4. Okay, closing out those entries.
Technology. All right.
So the winner. Oh, Daza, I'm so sorry you didn't make the
Oh,
cut.
Daza, you just missed
bad,
it.
my bad.
Sorry, buddy.
maybe the time. But congratulations, Alias Buck.
Hey,
Yeah.
congrats.
That's it for me.
Okay. And,
When Steven's not here, so
yes. I've been Randy Henderson. Thank you to everyone who subscribed or followed. Thank you to everyone who gave bits and just, you know, and thank you to everyone just for participating in the chat. You really make the show fun for us, and we really appreciate it. So come on and join us over on the Discord. Continue the chatting. We talk about the stream. We talk about gaming, hobbies, life, writing, everything over there. So come join us, join the community. And then if you're new to the stream, you can check out everything about our show on our website, info on the players, characters, recaps of all our past episodes and everything else that you need for full enjoyment of the incredible dungeon scrawlers. So thank you all. And this has been a blast, and looking forward to next week. So until then, stay scrawling.